Hey guys, welcome to another power level scaling tier list here. And today we're going to be looking at the hit game Mortal Kombat 2, ranking the characters on their lore power levels of this game. And of course, throughout the games of Mortal Kombat, the lore kind of switches up a little bit. This is, of course, looking at the original timeline, not the NRS timeline or the new shit coming out. This is the OG shit right here, and I'm pretty much just ranking these characters off of their bios and their game endings from Mortal Kombat 2. And with these older games, especially MK1 through 3, it's hard to tell exactly what's canon and what isn't. But before we begin, let me go ahead and explain these tiers here. On top, we got Immortal, which is top tier, godlike shit. You ain't killing them, or they can come back to life easily. And underneath is Conqueror, the heavy hitters, warriors, like mid-tier Mortal Kombat shit, like really good fighters, they can handle their own. And underneath is Immortal, just, you know, they're not the worst, they're not the best, but they're there, alright. And of course, Actor. And I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. This is OG timeline, okay? This is Johnny Cage. Remember now, this is the OG timeline. There's no fucking, he's not an ancestor of some fucking fighting warrior cult or whatever, and he did not defeat Shinnok here. He didn't defeat anybody, and between MK2 and MK3 he just dies. He's just dead. It was someone from Shao Kahn's forces or whatever, but he dies between the tournaments. So I'm sorry, Johnny Cage, but you're gonna have to go right here, bottom tier actor class, and he's probably gonna be the only one here right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and put, you know who, fucking Raiden in Immortal, because he is a god. He fucking wipes everybody. It's not really known if he actually participates in this match for real. I mean, he's there, but he is a god. This is Mortal Kombat. If you're immortal, you know, you're not really allowed to participate in the actual match. If he did, he'd probably wash everybody. But yeah, Immortal. Next up we'll do Jax. Most people don't realize this, but Jax doesn't have his metal arms in MK2. He kind of shows up with regular arms. He doesn't get that shit till MK3, but he is like the top leading enforcer of the Special Forces Agency. He is the general or captain or whatever. He's the one that gives Kano his fucking metal eye, fucks up his head somehow. But I'm gonna go ahead and put him in mortal class. You might think I'm lowballing him here, but once you see these other characters and I explain them, you'll see why. But he's just gonna go here. His only special attack is somehow sends like a purple shockwave. I don't know. He's just a normal guy. He's a military guy. We'll go ahead and get fucking Shao Kahn out the way. We know he's a conqueror. He's not necessarily immortal, but he is a conqueror. He is the big bad guy of Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, and I guess 1 if you think about it, but that was Shang Tsung. He's Shao Kahn's lackey. Yeah, I mean, he's got a hammer. He's a conqueror of realms. He's like the whole reason any of this fucking bullshit happens. So he's going to go ahead and go here. And Kintaro, his lackey, the Goro replacement for this game, he's going to go there too. They say that he's about in the same power level as Goro. And Goro was a 9 times reigning champ of Mortal Kombat in a row. The only thing is, it says that Kintaro is from a savage subrace of the Shokan, so he's got more savagery, and he's also more nimble apparently with those cat-like reflexes. So he may, it's unclear if he's stronger than Goro. It makes sense to me that he would be, but Goro also has kind of a little bit of plot armor, even though he did die last game. Supposedly he comes back in MK4 somehow, like every character does in Mortal Kombat. You know, they might die one game, but they could very well be in the next game. Doesn't matter, he'll be there. Next up we'll do Baraka. He's new this game. This is Baraka's debut. What does Baraka do, and what is Baraka? Well, according to the lore, MK2 starts off with assault on the Wuxi Academy, which is like Liu Kang and Kung Lao's monk mountain paradise. Baraka leads that assault, kills a bunch of fucking monks, and that's the reason why Kung Lao, or right here, Kung Lao and Liu Kang want to do the second tournament to avenge their fallen monks. Baraka, of course, is called a mutant in this day and age. Now we know he's a Tarkatan, which is just a sub-race in the outworld dimension. But his main thing, of course, is his crazy teeth. He's got a good sense of smell, and he's got, of course, his giant fucking arm swords that come out. He's pretty much Wolverine without his regen ability. And although all that shit is cool, he, compared to the rest of these people, I'm going to put him in mortal class. below Jax. Because the thing about Baraka is he does die in this game apparently. It's hard to find the straight lore on it, but it's a common fact apparently when looking around that Kung Lao apparently cut this dude in half during MK2. I'm going to put Kung Lao up here. He kills Baraka, which there's not a whole lot of knowledge on who actually dies in this tournament and who fights who and who loses. There's like 3 or 4 characters that are stated, and most of it isn't even in this game. You learn this shit in MK3 with their bios and whatnot. But I'll count that here, since it is the canon lore of MK2. But yeah, Kung Lao does kill Baraka. He'll go in warrior class from now. Only other deaths that are known in this game is, or defeats I would have to say, is that Scorpion apparently defeats Sub-Zero, because in Sub-Zero's ending, he questions why he was left alive by a Scorpion. This Sub-Zero, for those of you who do not know, is not the original. In MK1, Scorpion kills the original Sub-Zero, and then this guy shows up in MK2, and Scorpion's like, who the fuck is this dude? This isn't Sub-Zero. He's dead. I want to go fight him. I'm going to figure out what the fuck's going on. And it turns out this is not Bihan, the original Sub-Zero. This is Kuai Liang, his little brother. Now, it's a debate on who is stronger, the original or the new Sub-Zero at this point in time. But I'm going to go ahead and put this Sub-Zero in Conqueror class. Because, I mean, fucking freezing people is OP as shit. You know, just touching someone, he can freeze them to like minus 200 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. I don't know. Either way, it's fucking cold, and you're probably realistically not going to survive it. Unless you are a Mortal Kombat character. But I'll put him there, and then of course Scorpion's going to be immortal because he is immortal. Listen, you can kill him, but he's just going to come right back. He's a Spectre, alright? And he thrives in the Netherrealm, even though he doesn't really like it too much. He does get that Netherrealm bonus power of fire and shit. You kill him, he's just coming right back. It doesn't really matter. So he will have to go right here. And of course, he's, you know, a super good fighter. He does beat this Sub-Zero. Liu Kang is going to go in Immortal class, above Scorpion, under Raiden. Raiden is an actual god. At this point, Liu Kang's not going to beat him. Scorpion does have the Immortal factor, but I think Liu Kang is probably a better fighter, to be honest. In a 1v1, Liu Kang definitely would defeat him. And the only reason I'm putting Liu Kang up here realistically is that he defeats fucking Shao Kahn. I can't have him on the same tier because it's just bullshit how powerful he is. Honestly, Liu Kang should have his own tier, just how bullshit it is. He beats all the strong fighters, Goro, Shang Tsung, Kentaro, Shao Kahn, beats them all. So right now, he's going to have to go in Immortal because he's OP as fuck. Now, Shang Tsung, I would also put in Conqueror, probably above Sub-Zero, especially now. He is relatively stronger than he was in the old game because he was not youthful, he was old as hell, and now he regained his youthful look. He's got his energy back. He can take souls and turn into different characters. Soul power is pretty strong. He can utilize the abilities of other characters too, so if you think about it, that's pretty OP as well, but I'm just going to put him right there. Honestly, it might be debatable if he's... I'm going to put him stronger than Kentaro, to be honest. God, just look at Kentaro's face. Why the fuck does he look like that? Alright, well, last up, we got all these fucking ninjas, and all these ninjas are new to this game. This is all their debut, except for Reptile. He was a secret character in MK1, but he actually has a story in bio now. He is a reptilian dude. He is the bodyguard of Shang Tsung. So if you think about it, if he's the bodyguard of this guy, then logically he should be at least on par in strength with Shang Tsung. But I don't think Reptile should be in Conqueror class, because we don't know that for a fact, to be honest. We don't really know what fights he loses. He doesn't die in this game. Kung Lao does defeat some people, at least Baraka. And he's got that fucking hat, razor hat, and he's a monk. I'll have to put Reptile right here, because his main thing is he's a lizard guy under that mask. He's got a long tongue. He can eat you. He has a force blast ball thing that he throws. He's probably one of the stronger lackeys of Shao Kahn's army, I guess. We'll put Katana. Katana stronger than Reptile? I like Reptile more. Reptile is one of my favorite characters, but Katana, I think, is stronger than Reptile. And she is stronger than Melina because apparently she kills Melina in this game. They were on relatively the same power level, but Katana does beat Melina. And Jade is a secret character. Alright, all these three girls are Adinians too, so they also get that power level creep. Edenians are from, of course, Edenia. And of course, this game, which I gotta keep in mind, this is MK2, does not list them as Edenians, even though it's kind of retconned later, I'm pretty sure in MK3. But according to Katana's bio and ending, she finds out that she's the princess of Outworld, and that Shao Kahn killed her parents, and they were the leaders of Outworld at one point. So I guess they're kind of just Outworlders in this game, which doesn't give them too much of a boost. But Katana, Mileena, and Jade, I would assume, are all in the same power level. They're all trained by Shao Kahn, all trained to be assassins from the same kind of lineage. Katana and Mileena are supposedly twins, even though we know that's not true. Mileena is a clone, a defective clone, made in Shang Tsung's flesh pits. So I guess that is probably one of the reasons why she's not as good as the original and is put down. Jade, I would say Jade and Reptile are on the same power level here, because it is, and this is MK3, I know I keep going back and forth, but in MK3, I'm saying this only because Jade is a secret character in this game. She has no bio, no nothing. You only fight her in a secret level. So for those characters specifically, I'm gonna have to go on the game where they actually do get bios. And in MK3, she is the assassin sent to go after Katana after it is heard that Katana is defective or whatever, and starts going against the bad guys like Shao Kahn, who was her fucking adoptive father. So she is sent to go get her back with Reptile. And then she ends up betraying Reptile and fighting him with or without the help of Katana. It is not really answered, but because of that, Shao Kahn knew that Jade and Reptile could definitely kill Katana. But because of that, this is gonna have to be the scaling right here. Katana, Mileena, Jade, and then Reptile. And then last but not least, we got the duo down here, both secret fighters. And these are always hard to rank, especially Smoke here, because in his appearance in MK3, he's a cyborg, not human, so he's kind of different. But gameplay wise, he is faster than the rest of the ninjas here. He is the fastest and known as the stealthiest ninja, like an actual ninja. It's all about speed. But he doesn't really seem to get his Smoke abilities until a later game, until after the 2D era. Smoke doesn't have any good feats, he doesn't really do shit. I'll put him here, below Reptile, because Reptile actually is the bodyguard of Shang Tsung. That has to count for something, right? Smoke is just another Lin Kuei guy who is fast. I'll just have to keep him right there. Not too much to go off of. And then, of course, the very last person right here, Noob Saibot, who is also a secret fighter. It's not revealed until, I think, Deception, that Noob Saibot is actually the original Sub-Zero resurrected without his ice powers. He is Bihan, so that is pretty good. He did originally kill Scorpion, and it's noted that he is possibly stronger in his, this is called a Wraith form. He is a Wraith. They took away his, everything that makes him human, pretty much, all his compassion, empathy, all that shit, so he's just a pure killer. And if we go off of the lore of Mortal Kombat Mythology's Sub-Zero, which was released after MK2 and after MK Trilogy, it is kind of the same canon that he does defeat Shinnok. I didn't go over this in the MK1 video because, for one, I forgot, and two, it was MK1. Look too much into the lore here. And you could probably say the same thing about MK2. Take it with a grain of salt that he is Bihan, and he did defeat Fujin along with the other fucking elemental gods and Shinnok. The real question is he better than Kuai Liang? Is Noob Saibot better than the new Sub-Zero? Who do you think is stronger? I think it's very debatable. And it's also debatable if he's immortal, like Scorpion here, if he could actually die or not. I honestly have no clue. Yeah, it's a tricky topic right here. I'm gonna have to put under the current Sub-Zero, just because he doesn't really, it's not really stated his abilities. In this game, of course, same thing with Smoke and Reptile in the previous game. They don't really get their own moves. It's pretty much just a combination of other ninja moves like Scorpion and Sub-Zero shit going on. So Smoke doesn't have his Smoke abilities right here, and Noob doesn't have his Shadow abilities right here. But I think this right here is about as accurately as I can rank these guys on their power levels in this current game. As we get along in these other games, things will be a lot more clear, you know? Once we get into the 3D era, things will be more clear. And especially in the NRS era, the current games, MK9 to MK11, things are a lot more clear. As of right now, this is the best I can do. I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list and will stay to watch the next one, MK Trilogy. The whole fucking shebang, all of the 2D characters in one spot. So that will be the definitive tier list for this era of game. So I'll see you guys then. Hope you guys have a nasty night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.